Sonic games. Over the years of Sonic history, we've been treated to many gems such as Sonic Adventure, Sonic X Shadow Generations, and Sonic Mania. A few months ago, Goofy Goober made a video about his favorite Sonic games. Instead of doing that again, we're going to be talking about the most shittiest Sonic games on the shit scale. It's Sonic games that are just plain awful. So here is the 5 worst Sonic games of all time. Sonic 1 GBA released in North America on November 14, 2006, exclusively to the Game Boy Advance. This game was released as a celebration for Sonic's 15th anniversary. Now I know what you're thinking, how can such a simple port of Sonic 1 could be so awful? Well, quite a fucking lot actually. Firstly, the game runs like ass. If you ever play this pile of giraffe shit yourself, get ready for some massive slowdown when in any fucking level. Secondly, I get that this is on Game Boy, but the music and audio are terrible. Take a listen.
Oh, my freaking ears!
It's like trying to stick your penis into Cheerios. It's fucking abysmal. Thirdly, the game's physics and momentum are completely fucked. Sometimes it doesn't even respond to what button you press. What a complete clusterfuck. And when you first boot up the game, there are 2 modes, Original and Anniversary mode. You might think that Anniversary mode is new and adds new levels, but it fucking doesn't. All it does is add a spin dash. Not to mention the crazy amount of bugs and glitches, this is near unplayable. Man, 2006 was just not a good year for Sonic. Overall, this is just a really shitty port of a good game. From the broken physics to the bad audio, this is easily one of the worst Sonic games of all time. Next is Sonic 06, released in North America on November 14, 2006 for the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. Out of all the games listed here today, this one is by far the best one here, but the game still kinda stinks. The story is basically Sonic, Shadow, and Silver trying to stop both Mephiles and Dr. Eggman while also saving a princess named Elise. They also need to awaken Solaris. Now, before we get onto the negatives, I want to say things that I actually like about this game. First, I really do like Shadow's characterization. He's mature and confident, but also shows some loyalty to his friends as he bonds well with Team Dark. Another thing I like is some of the levels, like the Wave Ocean and Radical Train, my personal favor. And yes, the music is also amazing. Dreams of an Absolution is Goofy Goober's favorite vocal theme. And that's all I'm gonna give this game. 06 is a broken mess with a ton of glitches. It's actually fucking sad how this game turned out so rushed, especially with those load times. Dear God, they are rough, especially on the PlayStation 3. And back on the story, I'm just not a fan of Elise constantly being kidnapped in Sonic's story. Just felt too cliché for me.
Got it! And don't worry, I'll rescue you!
I know.
And the kiss, when I saw that, I was like, what the fuck was Sega on?
Sonic, come back. To me. To us.
Honestly, the only characters I like playing are Sonic, Blaze, and Shadow. The others are not very fun in my opinion, especially Silver, since some of his puzzles can be aggravating as hell. Also, the camera and controls can be a bit of a problem too. It's absolutely horrendous. Also, there are some times when you're in the Silver boss fight, he can use his telekinesis and move you out of bounds to the fucking moon. There's not much else to say about Sonic 06. It's a notorious bad game with horrendous glitches, long load times, and poor design. I suggest not playing this, unless you want to play some of the good level design in Sonic's story. This was released on the same day as another shitty game, Sonic 1 on the Game Boy Advance. So that's just the cherry on top of the shit sundae, isn't it? Now we're at the place where games really start to get shitty. Sonic Free Riders, released on November 4th, 2010, is exclusive to the Xbox 360. This game also requires the Kinect to play. It's a peripheral that uses motion controls. Well, that's already a red flag. I frankly enjoyed the first Riders game. Zero Gravity is not bad, just kinda meh. But this is easily the worst Riders game of the three. The story is basically Eggman disguised as someone else who tricks Sonic and friends into racing, so they have to compete for each other. The graphics in this game are actually pretty nice, and the environments are nice and detailed. The music is pretty phenomenal as well, but that is to be expected since Sonic games almost never miss. Oh no!
Looks like Knuckles is dead. Anyways, the problem with this game is, what the fuck are these controls? This game was released on the Kinect, which used motion controls. There is no surprise that it barely worked here. The whole point of a game is being able to fucking play it. If the controls barely function, it heavily weighs down the whole experience. Even navigating the fucking menu is difficult because of these stupid controls. It doesn't help that the stages aren't well designed either. Since the controls are so unreliable, these levels are just not built for it in mind. Finally, missions are so boring and repetitive, and even something aggravating. There is a deep lack of variety in this game. What were they thinking of making this fucking game a Kinect exclusive? They had to know that this would be a disaster. You'd be better off playing the first two Riders games instead of this fucking trash. Next is Sonic Boom: Rise of Lyric, released on the 11th of November 2014. This game is exclusive to the Wii U and was developed by Big Red Button. This game has a really fascinating backstory on how it came to be. Originally titled Sonic Synergy, it was going to be sort of a Jak and Daxter style game that supported up to 4 players. It also had more focus on exploration rather than speed, so a more open world. It was initially an origin story for the characters as well. However, the game was changed to the Wii U. Synergy ran on CryEngine 3, which wasn't made with the Wii U in mind, so they had to dumb it down and make the game more linear, eventually leading to the buggy mess that is Rise of Lyric. I'm going to explain 5 reasons why Rise of Lyric is one of the worst Sonic games. 1. This game is so broken that it puts 06 to shame. Seriously, I'm sure you all know about the Knuckles infinite jump glitch.
Feel that.
And the T-pose glitch. Yeah, maybe you shouldn't release it for the Wii U, if you knew the engine wasn't built for that. 2. The graphics are just god-awful. I mean, I guess the environments look okay, but it doesn't look any better than an old-ass PS2 game in the 2000s. And the graphics, especially in the cutscenes, are just plain awful. Something about Amy's mouth just doesn't look right for me. 3. The game runs like ass. It's sad really because some of the best moments of the game, like the high-speed sections, have terrible frame rates, sometimes dipping between 10 to 20 FPS. Once again, don't release your game on system that wasn't designed for the engine. 4. This game as a whole is very boring. Everything is so dull and uninteresting. Yes, even more boring than Forces. I did like Sonic acting like a chicken when he goes in the water though. 5. The combat isn't much special either. It is just mind-numbing here, and I never felt anything with the combat here. Overall, this game is what I would call a train wreck. I dare you to play this game and not have the urge to blow your fucking brains out. Last and definitely least is Sonic Jam. No, we are not talking about the Saturn version, but rather the Game.com version. The Game.com, despite being a failure, was quite ahead of its time in many ways, as it was one of the first handhelds to have a built-in touchscreen, yes, years before the DS had a touchscreen. It is a shame, however, that this handheld has the worst Sonic game ever released. Out of all the Sonic games I've played, this has by far the worst graphics and gameplay. I feel genuinely sorry for the poor child who was given this piece of shit on something like Christmas. Let's talk about the graphics first. And this is just embarrassing. I get it. It has to look like this, but it still looks so half-assed. Fucking Sid's dog from Toy Story looks better than this. Now onto the gameplay. This once again has a frame rate so low that it makes it unplayable. Like, oh my god, it looks like a fucking slideshow. it can slow down to a fucking halt a lot of the time. Unfortunately, the physics in this game are even more fucked than in Sonic 1 GBA. When you are moving, you kind of feel like you are on ice. And jumping in this game is so stiff and awkward. Another problem is that this game doesn't feel like a port at all. It only features 3 zones, and they are from Sonic 2, Sonic 3, and Knuckles. And the levels are pretty bad and not well designed at all. Oh, and the audio is terrible as well. Who would have thunk it? Overall, this whole game just feels like false advertising. Badly designed levels, poor graphics, sluggish controls, and shitty performance. This is easily the worst Sonic game I've ever played. I almost want to vomit when I see this pile of wombat shit. It is just that awful. I'm out, fuckers.
What? Why the fuck did Obama not invite us to do this with him?
Trump, you lard ass. Obama probably doesn't want to be around your big elephant ass.
Shut up, Sleepy Joe. Shouldn't you be dead, you fucking dementia fucking zombie?
Piss off, you orange Cheeto. Anyway, do you want to play Kirby and the Amazing Mirror with me?
Hell yeah. I would love to play Peek.